Hello?
Din Thomas.
What's happening?
How are you? Stan the man here. Dennis the
What's up,
Menace.
Stan?
Woo!
What up, what up, what up?
What
I
up?
got about 15 minutes, boys.
That's all you get.
Oh, perfect. Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all.
Oh, we appreciate you. We ran a little bit late. We were talking to Austin Vanderford. You know the one who married Paige Van Zant?
Oh, yeah, Paige's guy, yeah.
Yeah. He's a beast, that dude.
Now, is it Dean or Din?
We went over this last
I
time.
know we did.
And what? You don't
It's
remember?
Dean. Nah, it's Dean. It's Dean.
Because I can spell, but not that good. Oh, not that well. My mom's in the other room. Sorry. My mom's here. Yeah, my mom's here.
Yeah.
Dean. And what's what ethnicity are you? Where's that come from?
Man, I'm just straight African American, but I'm old. I'll be 43 next month. So like my parents, back in the 70s, that was like a very militant time for black people in Philly. So like they was naming their kids all these Muslim names.
Right.
Careful, man. This gonna come back around one day.
Well.
They gonna like.
Well, on this.
Dennis said.
Yeah. Right. I said let him down slowly. Now, on the same token, if you put a woman that's already angry on their side, and you let them down nicely against their will, that might make them even more angry.
Yeah.
Ah, good point.
So this could go one of two ways.
Yeah.
I guess the moral of this story is
Yeah.
just don't touch women.
Yeah, the
Well-
moral of the story is you don't hate girls.
Well, I would hit her. If she came at me again, I'd hit her with a duck under. Right now, I'm behind her, and I would just crab ride her.
Yeah.
Oh, you have younger brothers, right?
No, he's the baby. Where were you for that?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like you were trying to segue into Pat Cummins sweeping your girlfriend.
Oh, that happens.
Time. Yeah.
But have any of your brothers just you're angry, right? You're like, I'm gonna tell mom or dad, and they just held you, and they're like, yo, I'll let go of you when you calm down. That ever happened to you?
No.
Wow.
The thing is with me, man, I don't get into like altercations with nobody.
Well, at a younger age, when you don't know, right? Like my younger
Yeah.
brother would be like, "Yo, I'm gonna tell dad." I'm like, "You ain't telling fucking nobody, because I'm just gonna hold. I will hold you here for 2 hours. I don't care. I will hold you until you calm down. I'm going to hold you against your will, where you can't move."
I think I was the one getting held against my will, actually.
That's what I
yeah,
asked
that
you.
was
That
me.
happened to you.
Yeah, that happened to me. I was like, oh, I'm telling. No, you're not going nowhere.
Calm down.
They'd hold my arms down.
Yep.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yep.
That
Calm
was
down.
bad.
And you'd go Hulk shit until they for 5 minutes. Then you use all your energy. They'd be like, all right, fine, I
Yeah.
ain't gotta tell nobody. Like, just let me go. Let me go play Nintendo.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dennis, how old are you?
32 years young.
32.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I mean, but you still. I think I don't know. I act young, so like I feel like I'm still like in your generation.
You are.
Yeah.
You like me and you have the same amount of freckles. Or I mean, wrinkles.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that.
Yeah.
But I might got more gray hair on my balls though. That's the difference.
Yeah, probably. Do you have any kids?
Yeah, I got a son. He's 14.
Oh wow.
Oh, he's grown.
Now I feel like for guys like me and you, that's the only thing that makes you feel a little old is when you feel a certain way and you're moving, you're doing things, you're talking to people, and then oh well, you're that old and what? Like you're my kid that I had 14 years. So that means I'm actually kind of right.
Yeah, hey, you don't got kids, do you?
I got 2.
Oh, you do? How?
4 and 6.
Okay, see, that's nothing, right? So like,
Right.
yeah, that's you can still feel like a young guy when you got young kids that young. But like when you get older, right, you still do the same creepy shit. You know what I mean? Like you still looking at girls like,
Right.
you're looking at girls in a certain type of way, and then you're thinking like, holy shit,
Yeah.
she's like, she could be dating my son. You know? Like what the?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah. So it gets really creepy, and you're just like, oh, I'm that creepy old dude. And now I'm thinking back, like, did my pop used to look at girls like that when you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
damn.
Oh, he definitely.
Well,
did.
I mean, now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, he definitely does. I watch him do it now. He
Yeah.
I see him doing it, and he's smooth with it too. I'm like, damn, this dude still got it. If he wanted to,
Yeah.
Now the thing is, Because I'm not there yet. Like, does like chick ever go by and now you're talking to yourself like, damn, you see that?
Yeah.
Or vice versa, like, yo, Pops, you see that? You're like, what? Nigga, you
Yeah.
like that? You like that? Like, I thought she had cooties to you.
Nah, man, that shit is, you right, man. That's wild. It's wild. You be talking to yourself about.
But the thing is like, I can't wait for that. I'm sure you're gonna tell me in a second, like it's gonna be here tomorrow.
Nah. I mean, it's gonna hit you, and you ain't gonna realize it until, like I said, till like my son just started high school. Like that's when it really kind of hit me. Like, holy shit, he's in high school now.
Because
like,
you remember when you were in high school, like it
yeah,
seemed like
exactly.
yesterday.
Yeah, because it seemed like yesterday. So and then like you'll see a girl that's like 19 years old, and you're like, well, that's over 18, so that's all good. But then I'm thinking like, damn, I got a 14-year-old son.
Right.
Like, whoa.
She's more in his ballpark than mine.
Right.
You know.
But and you don't realize that. Like, you don't realize that until you like really put it in perspective.
Right.
That you a creepy pervert. Damn.
I'm gonna be such a creep.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
1,000,000%.
I don't want to be a creep, but I can't.
Why would you say you're creepy now, Din?
I try not to be.
Hang on. He's a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fight.
You know
Listen,
what I mean?
I fight. I'm like every other guy. I fight it.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I fight it and lie about it.
Right. But to the homie though, like, oh damn, shorty would get it, whatever.
Yeah, right.
But you're not married, are you?
Yeah, I am. So like that's even worse.
That's
yeah.
a double. Yeah.
It's even worse.
Me and you were gonna be the same person one day.
Yeah, it's worse.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you're just looking at the menu. You're not.
Yeah.
You ain't ordering shit.
Just browsing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you just browse and think about like what you could have done.
Well, yeah, you go back like, yo, if I was this age, or if I was single, and then you start playing with little scenarios in your head. That's it.
Yeah. So, Dean, did you get any work with Dustin Poirier before he leaves for Abu Dhabi?
Not much really. He's kind of, Dustin got his own little thing going, and like, in some way he might be a little superstitious, so he doesn't like a lot of change or a lot of new things or things to shake you up. So I didn't work with him much. I was around his camp, but I didn't do any work with him.
Which you understand that. You get it.
Yeah. You don't want to mess up a guy's flow. Like when things are working for him, you just kind of want to let him do his thing. So
I think one of the worst things that, or I think one of the things that makes a coach a bad coach is ego.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like, well,
100%.
hey, I know what's best for you, dude. Like, what do you mean? Like, no, you gotta check that shit, Cause I got some homies that I cornered a few times, and like they don't ask me to corner. I'm not like, yo, man, what's up? Like, you don't want me to corner you? Like, no, obviously, like, you've thought about it, cause like that's whatever. I don't, and I also don't really care. It would have been awesome if I cornered you. Like, yeah, that'd be cool too. But like, I'm also not like, it's not gonna ruin my day. And
Yeah.
In the fight game, you've seen that, or you've probably experienced that too, being the fighter.
Yeah. It's as a coach, I mean that's one thing that I keep in check is my ego, because like I try not to live vicariously through these guys, and I try not to put my ego in front of them. I just give them what they need, and if they ask questions, I got them. If they don't, I'm just you do your thing. Go out there and fight your best fight.
I've seen these, and that's kind of like what you've been saying. I've seen these new videos that you've been putting out. That's a new thing for you, right? It's almost like a Motivation Monday type of thing, or like lessons from Dean.
Yeah, like I'll get inspired one day and be like, yeah, I got to tell my guys this, and then I'll forget. So what I was doing was I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it on Instagram so everybody can get it.
Ooh, I love that.
Have you seen any of them?
I've seen one or two.
They're good. They're good.
Dean, what's? Can you let everybody know what your Instagram is so we can?
It's just Dean Thomas, D-I-N Thomas.
Boom. Like Frank Thomas,
very simple.
but just D-I-N first.
Yeah, like Frank Thomas, but just D-I-N Thomas. Very simple.
You guys related?
No, well, I'm sure somewhere down the damn path, we had some kinfolk together.
Kind of like you and Manny Bermudez.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere. You got the same last name. It's got to be somewhere in the DNA gene pool, somewhere.
Yeah, you and Manny, y'all gotta be somewhere around there. Y'all from the Northeast.
Probably closer than me and you are, right?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah. And then you just play, even if it's not the case, you just play it off. Like, yeah, that's my cousin.
No,
yeah, we're family.
I fucks with that kid, man.
Yeah.
He fights hard, man.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Oh, Manny Bermudez?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good fighter, man. Like, I think he dropped his last one, but, you know, that happens. You know, he's a young guy, so that happens.
I'm saying even Dean, he could be like, Frank Thomas is my cousin. Me and Yves Edwards are half brothers.
Yeah.
You know, he's got so
No,
many.
they do that.
Yeah, I'm saying he's got so many things.
We
he
do
can
that.
Can you give me a story on when someone came up with like, yo, Yves, and you're like, you just ran with it?
Oh God, man, Charles Rosa. That's how I met Charles Rosa. Yeah, I swear to God, we were at there's an amateur show in Florida, one of the best amateur shows in Florida called The Rise of the Warrior, and we were there. And Cole Miller told Charles Rosa that I was Yves Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes up to me and he's like, man, that knockout that inspired me. You're one of my favorite fighters. I love you to death. And I was like, no problem, kid. Just you want an autograph or something? And
you get extra,
and
when you're Yves Edwards, you get extra cocky.
Yeah. When I'm Yves, I get way cocky.
Yeah.
So then eventually, and I ran with it. I never said nothing. So then eventually, like a couple days later, Cole told him that I was actually Dean Thomas, and he was like, "Oh man, yeah, that's how I met Charles Rosa."
It's like Dean Thomas is super humble, but that Yves Edwards character, he's got like an ego about him. That guy.
Yeah, I know, I love it. But
That's
man,
amazing.
my boy, man, I just saw him a couple weeks ago in Atlantic City, man, and you know when I catch up with him, I'm always like, damn, I miss this guy. I wish we'd get together more.
Cause he used to train at ATT. He'd do a couple camps down there, or he'd come down for like a part of his camp.
Yeah, he would come down a lot. Actually, he spent a lot of time here.
That was his.
He actually lived here for a while.
Yeah, that was like his MMA training of his camp.
Yeah.
Cause he did things a little differently than anyone I've ever seen. He would He would go to California, only do boxing. He'd come to Long Island, and he was doing like only wrestling. But then he met me, started doing like a little, but it was wrestling focused, but a little MMA, and then he would put it all together down there at ATT.
Yeah, I mean he come around. Like he brought you in. He brought you in that first time, right?
Yeah. That's how I met you the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, but Yves is a true pioneer, a true legend. So, you always gotta pay homage to him.
Just like Dean Thomas.
Yeah.
You always got to pay homage to Dean Thomas. Yeah.
So hang on. Stan, did I talk about this? I know I talked about it on the podcast when we had Dean on last time, but when he fought my buddy Dustin Pegg, did I actually say it to you?
No.
Dean?
Oh no.
Oh, I was training. I just got into fighting a little bit, and you were fighting Dustin Pegg at a Pennsylvania fight, I believe it was.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And so we were all like, "Oh man, he was in the UFC. Dude, this is a big fight, because he was on his way up." And he said he touched gloves with you, and he was like, "Bang in the middle." And you're like, "Yeah, bang in the middle." He was like, "All right." So he comes out the back. He said the first thing you did was shoot on him.
I did. I shot and pulled guard.
Yeah. No, you took him down.
No, I missed the first one.
Oh.
So yeah, he was like bang in the middle. I said, hell yeah, that's bang in the middle. As soon as he came out, I shot and he kind of like jumped back and I pulled guard.
And that was at 145, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I stood up and took him down.
Right. I know you won that fight. Did you finish him that fight?
Yeah, I stopped him with elbows in the second round.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that was because he was very young in the game. I mean, not very young in the game, but like obviously you're a veteran, and
Yeah.
Yeah, he was scrappy and strong, but I was like, I knew he was gonna fall for the old. Yeah, let's stand in the middle trick.
Because he was more of a boxer.
Yeah, I was like, you can't be that stupid. The thing I'm really gonna tell you what I'm about to do.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, but he probably saw some old UFC shit, right? Mm-hmm. That's happened in the UFC. We're like bang in the middle, like bang in the middle, bro.
The funniest is Dean probably sold it too. Like, yep, I gave him the eye.
Oh
the whole
no,
fucking
he
nine.
said that. He said he looked me dead in the eye. I said, "Yep, bang in the middle." In the middle. Came out first thing he did was shoot. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what happened.
That's amazing. Well, I mean,
like you.
That's kind of, I mean, not kind of similar, but remember when McGregor fought Brandao.
Yeah.
Somebody came out with, I think McGregor came out to touch hands.
And threw a spinning back kick.
Well, no, and then Brandao shook it off. He was like, all right, motherfucker. Wow, spinning back kick.
Yeah.
Right?
That's exactly what happened.
Maybe. I remember a fight where Connor, it might have been that, but I don't remember Brandao shaking his head no.
Or like maybe kind of went out to touch it.
I remember Connor walking out and going to touch someone's glove and throwing a spinning back kick off of it.
I think it was that fight, right?
Yeah.
I think it was that one too, yeah.
Then there's another one where I think it... Fuck, who was it? Oh, man, I'm drawing a blank. Where a dude went out to touch gloves. Dude kind of went to touch gloves, and then he threw an overhand right, and it didn't knock him out, and then he ended up... The guy that, like, did the fake touch overhand right and hit him, ended up losing the fight, and everyone was like, yeah, fuck yeah, you fucking bitch. You tried to cheap shot him.
I've seen that happen before.
But it was like a second round. Dean, do you remember that fight? Fuck, who was it?
I can't recall who that was. I remember seeing that though, yeah.
It was like within the last like 3 years.
Yeah. I can't recall who did that.
Oh, Silva!
Which Silva?
The
Thiago?
The one with like the comb over with the side tattoo and the sleeve.
Thiago Silva?
No. He's like 170?
Eric Silva.
Yes.
Yeah, Eric Silva.
Who did he do that to? And then he ended up getting knocked out.
I don't remember.
Oh, man.
Was it the Canadian?
We'll have to find that piece of info for next week. I don't want to touch.
But I remember Eric Silva did that. Like came out to fucking touch hands. The guy would touch hands. They threw an overhand. Whack.
Yeah.
Didn't hurt the guy, or hurt the guy a little bit, whatever. And then he ended up getting finished. And I was like, yes, you get, you little fucking bitch.
Yeah, well, that's some cheap shit.
That's cheap shit.
Hey, but fellas, I gotta raise up, man. I got my people in here waiting on me.
Yeah,
So,
I was thinking we had enough of you anyways, so. I'm just...
That is you, a wild boy. Hey, listen. Call me anytime, though. For real, call me anytime.
We can't get enough of you, really.
I feel like I told you I love what he does on Instagram. I want to make a weekly segment or a bi-weekly segment with Dean.
Yeah, man. So listen, call me anytime. But I got to get out on these nuts, man, before my people roast me.
I like it. Do you, boo-boo.
You're the man.
All right, fellas.
Thank you for the
time. I'll catch up, yo.
Peace.